Welcome into Clear Picture Financial. Your host, Jason Noble. You can find Jason at Prime Capital Investment Advisors right here in Charleston. He's a fiduciary advisor, holds his FINRA Series 66 securities registration, certified financial planner, retirement income certified professional with 18 years in the financial arena, helping his clients get ready for their retirement. I'm Morgan Patrick, consumer advocate. Each and every week, we hit all these different topics. You're going to have questions about your own retirement situation. Well, we give you an opportunity for action. You can get on the calendar with Jason and his team. No cost, no obligation, no pressure. So stay tuned. We'll tell you about that as we move through the program. So this year, it saw record-breaking inflation combined with volatile markets and has many of us looking at our 401ks and wondering, what can I do, right? Turns out the IRS and the passing of Secure Act 2.0, well, it's opened up at least 5 ways for us to perhaps recover some of the losses and may give you a chance to capitalize on the upswing of the market. So let's get into this. Income brackets and withholdings, Jason, dive right in.
Yeah, you may have already benefited from one of the IRS biggest changes. If you notice a bump in your net pay after the January 1st, there's a good chance that's connected to the package of adjustments made to federal income tax brackets and standard deductions by the IRS and the tax agency. The updated IRS tax tables establish how much employers should be withholding for federal taxes. The increased brackets mean withholding should go down, resulting in workers getting a bump in their take-home pay.
Tell you folks, we're going over some information that you really need to have, and that's savings and tax rules that could help you and possibly boost your retirement savings. So we're going over those today. And again, income brackets and withholdings. The next one, tax deductions, they're going up.
Tax deductions, standard deductions are going up. This is the effect may not be fully felt until you file your 2023 tax early the next year. Now, taxpayers will get some relief then. Married couples filing jointly will see the standard deduction of $27,700. Well, that's up about $1,800 from last year. And the deductions for single taxpayers also increased to $13,850. That's big increases.
I was going to say, just being aware, having a plan, working with a professional that can help you down this path to retirement. Going over again, 5 new savings and tax rules that can help boost your retirement savings. We talked about income brackets and withholdings, and then tax deductions are going up. And then this one, higher contribution limits for retirement plans.
Yeah, well, the good news for retirement savers is contribution limits are higher. Caps for employers participating in 401ks, 403bs, and most 457 plans, even the TSP, the thrift savings plan, are now $22,500. For those that are 50 or older, the max contribution is now $30,000. Go into your payroll to ensure that you make these adjustments to take advantage of these higher limits, especially if you turn 50 this year. Pretty important stuff. And additionally, the annual contribution limits on IRAs have increased to $6,500, and catch-up contributions for those over age 50 have jumped up to $7,500. So really important information, Morgan.
Again, new savings and tax rules that could help boost your retirement. That's what we're talking about here on Clear Picture Financial, powered by Prime Capital Investment Advisors. All right, well, let's continue that discussion. Again, going over these 5 new savings tax rules that could help boost your retirement savings. We talked about income brackets and withholdings. Tax deductions are going up, high contribution limits for retirement plans, and now it is a seller's market. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, even though it's been a rocky year for the market, there's still plenty of people coming out ahead when selling off assets. But keep in mind that when you profit from selling an asset, you owe the IRS a share of your gains. Exactly what you owe Uncle Sam really depends on your overall income and how long you've held on to the asset. However, your tax liability may have changed this year. Now, for instance, 2023, the IRS has raised its income thresholds for its 0%, 15%, and 20% long-term capital gains tax rates. That means depending on your taxable income, you have a better chance of paying no taxes on profitable assets that you held for more than a year. Another important topic on this, Morgan, real quick, is tax loss harvesting. So if you have gains and you have losses, you can offset your gains with those losses. You really have to know how to do this to do it right. Mm-hmm. It should be done throughout the year, not just at the end of the year. But this is where working with a qualified professional, going through clear picture analysis, this is where we could put those pieces together for you.
I tell you, when you think about it, I mean, there's so many moving parts when it comes to retirement planning. And, you make a wrong move here, a wrong move there, and it can be very costly. Working with a professional that does this on a daily basis, like a Jason Noble at Prime Capital Investment Advisors, it's an opportunity to get an education and to feel better about your situation as far as heading towards retirement, knowing that you've got a professional guide, right? You've been down this path, right, Jason? I mean, you have worked with this many, many times. There's going to be an opportunity to get on the calendar with Jason and his team at Prime Capital Investment Advisors. And this is no cost. This is no obligation. There is no pressure. This is free, an opportunity to see where you are in your retirement planning process. And if you need to pivot, you're going to be told that. If you're okay, you're also going to be told that, but that gives you the ease of mind when it comes to retirement planning. So again, 5 new savings and tax rules that could help boost your retirement savings. We've talked about them today already. Income brackets and withholdings, tax deductions that are going up, higher contribution limits for those retirement plans, and then it is a seller's market. And the last one we have time for, required minimum distributions. Guess what? They can wait.
Well, yeah. Well, thanks to the Secure Act 2.0, investors take tax-deferred retirement accounts like IRAs and 401ks can now hold off a little longer before taking required minimum distributions. The age where RMDs became mandatory is now 73. Okay, I want to break this down a little bit more, Morgan. So if you were born 1950 and earlier, well, then it's still 72. If you were born in 1951 to 59, it's 73. But here's an amazing piece of information. 1960 and later, it is actually now 75. And that gives you more time for your accounts to grow and having to offset the required minimum distributions. And another future benefit, this is actually going to come out in 2024, that change eliminates required minimum distributions for Roth accounts inside the employer-sponsored plan, like the Roth 401k. So that's pretty interesting information there as well. Now, I'm already seeing impacts into my clients' financial plans off these changes, Morgan. And a big impact is when I'm doing systematic Roth conversions, I'm able to use the different tax brackets to be able to do a little bit more on Roth conversions and do it longer. So then by the time they turn 73 or turn 75 years old, we have less money in the IRA, more into the Roth, and helping with less tax drag on the overall plan. This is big changes that professionals are taking advantage of, like myself. But if you haven't had a conversation with your advisor, or if you haven't looked at this for your own financial plan, this is where Clear Picture 360 and Clear Picture analysis really comes into account. And I said 360, it was kind of a gaffe because it's just that we look at a comprehensive approach. It's a 360 degree around the client's financial plan, and that's how we build this out.
Well, and those ages going up, I mean, that's just a clear sign that we are living longer. We talk about it all the time on the show, longevity risk, and the fact that we are going to be here a little bit longer. You need to make sure you're planning well out on your retirement to make sure you don't run out of money. But the importance is, and we talk about it each and every week, have that plan, work with a fiduciary, work with a professional that can guide you down this path, and you have that ease of mind knowing that you've started something. Or if you're in the middle of something and maybe you don't have the ease of mind, I mean, it's time for a second opinion. Jason, there are a lot of people out there that feel like once they've made a decision on an advisor, or a group of advisors, an advisory group, that they're locked in, that they're married to them. That is not the case. I mean, you can get a second opinion at any point if you feel like you need one. And so we open up spots on your calendar, and they are few and far between because your office is very busy, but we've carved out these spots for our radio listeners. So we've got 10 of them total. So what is going to happen for these 10 callers?
Well, what we do is we custom design a Clear Picture analysis, and that reviews the overall wealth plan. That's when we refresh the financial plan, especially with all the changes that we're seeing in today's market and the economy and the foreseeable things that we're seeing coming down the pike as well. Now, we also look at risk-first approach. We can manage risk, okay? That's something that you can manage, and we do that to optimize the overall portfolio. We want to provide a review of your taxes. We talked about that in the last segment, because how do we get more money in your pocket and less in Uncle Sam's? And then last but not least, we always evaluate the estate plan. That's so important for all our clients. Now, listeners, we want to put a peace of mind to your wealth plan for the rest of your life, providing that clear picture of your financial future. Now, this will be complimentary for the next 10 people that reach out, Morgan, but how can they schedule these conversations?
All right, we've got a phone number and we've got a tax code. Okay, it's 800-948-1216. Again, the number again, 800-948-1216. These 10 positions will go fast. We open them up at the beginning of the show. They remain open throughout the course of the show. But again, they fill up very, very fast. And when they're gone for the week. So you can call now, 800-948-1216. Or if you like to text, we've got a keyword for you, Noble. Imagine that. Jason Noble, Noble to 600-700. That's Noble to 600-700. Again, Jason is offering retirees and pre-retirees. It's common sense. I mean, this is straight talk, and you need to sit down and get this roadmap put together. And Jason and his team, they're going to translate for you a very complex retirement world into very clear instructions. You know that relief when you kind of get over that hurdle in life where you just kind of exhale? If you have not started planning, this is an opportunity to have that moment, right? To work with a professional, knowing that you have started your planning process where you can have this communication and you can check that box. And this is not a set it and forget it situation. It's liquid. Everything is moving and your retirement is going to change. And working with a fiduciary, you're going to have these meetings periodically where you're going to talk about your retirement situation. It's not like you're put on a shelf and you're just forgotten about. That's not how it works. This is your retirement plan, so take advantage. Again, we have 10 positions, and they are open right now. Here's the number to call, 800-948-1216. Get that clear picture analysis. That's 800-948-1216, or you can text NOBLE to 600-700. Again, that's NOBLE to 600-700.